What's up, guys? Today we're just rolling up to Discount Tire here. We're getting new tires on the Ram. So my buddy is getting my old Duratrax. He's got these little weenie stock street tires. We're gonna hook them up with some man meats. Look at them sissy little things. All right, guys, sorry about this, but it's a pretty windy day, although it's beautiful out. I'm trying to cup the microphone best I can to protect your ears, but here we go. We got the tires on, 285, 65, 20, so it's a 34.5 by 11.5 on the stock 20x9 wheels with no spacers or anything yet. So the Duratrax I just got rid of were the 275/60 R20, which is basically a 33-inch tall tire by 10.8 wide. And the stock size on these is the 275/55/20, which is basically a 32-inch tall tire by 10.8. So from a stock tire, these are 2.5 inches taller and about 3/4 of an inch wider. Give you a walk around here quick. Looks pretty good. I like how it turned out. I do have the 1.5 inch leveling kit, which is absolutely necessary at minimum to run this size, unless you want to do some trimming, which even I'm still going to have to do a tiny bit just on my mud flap. I'll show you in a second. All right, so the only rubbing that there is on the factory mud flap. So if you don't have these, you probably wouldn't even have this problem. At full lock, like right now, you can see there's a tiny gap, but the wheel won't stay at full lock unless somebody's holding it at full lock. So if I was to turn it a little bit more hard right, it would rub there just a tiny bit. So I think I might add just some like 1/4 inch wheel spacers or something to get the wheels to stick out a tiny bit more, just about flush with the fenders. And then I'll trim the mud flap just a tiny bit and we should be good. But I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. That being said, typical bad luck Tony here. I swear, nobody has worse luck. I called Discount Tire a week before, getting these put on to make sure they had to order the tires. They don't stock this size. And I noticed that there was 2 different BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2's in the 285/60/20. One of them has a 50,000 mile tread warranty, one of them does not. I asked the guy, I said, does the one with the 50,000 tread warranty have the mountain, the 3-peak mountain snowflake symbol on it, which means it's a different tread that's a softer compound so that it maintains its, softness in the winter. It doesn't turn into a hard hockey puck. So you get better traction in the snow, which, being in Minnesota, winter's basically half the year. So my first gripe, as you can see, I got the 50K tread warranty because he said that they were mountain snowflake rated, and there is not a single logo anywhere stating that. It just has the old M+S, which means mud plus snow. So he was wrong there, which kind of irritated me. I was like, okay, fine. They're already on. I can live with that, right? But let me show you this. You won't believe it. You won't. All right, yeah, I'll show you here. So, 285/65/20. Ready for it? 275/65/20, which means that they got shipped one mismatched tire, didn't catch it, and put it on my damn truck. So now I have 3 tires that are the same size and one mismatched that's skinnier and slightly shorter than the rest, which explains why this tire doesn't rub on the mud flap when you turn it, because it's a smaller tire. And of course, today that I'm filming, it's a Sunday and they're closed. So now I have to call on Monday and chew them a new one, telling them that they put one wrong tire on and didn't order me the mountain snowflake ones. So I will be getting different tires. They'll be the same tires, same BFG all-terrain KO2, same size and everything. They're just gonna be the softer compound, and they're gonna have to replace that front driver's side one because That's a big no-no. So that's the kind of luck I have. I can perfectly prepare for something and it still goes south. So leave a comment below if that's the kind of luck you have. But as far as actual looks, I'm very happy with it. Once we get the whole tire fiasco figured out, I like this look. So hopefully you guys like it too. I'll throw a few pictures up here on the screen showing a difference between this tire and a 275/60 and then a 275/55, just to give you an idea size-wise comparison, at least height. I couldn't do a width comparison, obviously, because these are mounted on the truck, but I got a height comparison here. Just a quick comparison also here between the DuraTrack and the BFG. As you can see, the rim protector on the DuraTrack protrudes a decent amount, probably 3/8 of an inch to a half an inch past the lip of the wheel, which I like. Although the tire is slightly more rounded as compared to the BFG, where the tread is more squared, but it doesn't have as aggressive of a wheel protector. I would say that the DuraTrack protector is much better. This is more of a flush look. So it really depends on what you're looking for. You know, do you want best wheel protection out of your tire and the most aggressiveness, or would you rather have the kind of more flush look, you know, and the more squared looking tread? Again, I like both of these tires. The only reason I didn't go with the DuraTrack is because they don't make them in this size, which, come on now, make them. Here's another Ram we've got, 2011, and it's just got the Goodyear Wrangler on it, and even that has a pretty decent wheel protector. I would say just as aggressive as the DuraTrack, and again, better than the BFG. All right, guys, we're just rolling up to discount again here to hopefully get the correct winter rated, all four the same size tires put on. All right, so I got the right 4 tires on. I mean, I just can't win. I'm telling you, I have the worst luck. I hear a clicking noise, so I get down here to inspect, and look at my wheel weight. It's not even the sticky part touching the rim. It's just flopping. Now I gotta go back and have them fix that. Jesus. So now we're going back for round 3. Hopefully this is the last visit here. So what we think happened is we don't think that somehow the wheel weights, that the sticky parts got put together. I don't know if you kind of saw there when I was pointing at the wheel weight. It almost looks like a piece of wheel weight got stuck to the weights that the guy stuck on the wheel, but instead what we're thinking is they just didn't get a good stickiness. You know, the weights didn't stick well to the wheel, and so the one end came loose and it kind of buckled and folded in on itself, and now the 2 sticky halves are just touching and the metal's flopping on the wheel. So they're gonna pull it in again and hopefully get the wheel weights to stick better, and then hopefully I will finally be ready to enjoy my new tires. I also just want to say that I've had like 9 sets of tires put on here, so I'm not faulting them, you know, in particular for anything. Turns out that the BFGs that they ordered me to begin with, the ones that had the one that was the wrong size, the manager says that they were actually labeled wrong from the factory. They just scanned the barcodes when they arrived here, and they rang up as a 285/65, but whoever packaged them from the factory messed up and packaged a 275/65. So that wasn't really their fault. And you know, I guess you could argue that the wheel weight issue here is their fault for not making sure that it's stuck well to begin with, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. And like I said, I've had like 8 or 9 sets of tires, maybe even more, put on here, and I've had pretty good luck with these guys. They treat me well, so I don't want to be ragging on discount or nothing, but stuff like this does happen, so just trying to be patient about it. So here's what I'm talking about, a little better view. So basically you can see that it's metal on both sides. It's supposed to be the metal weight with the sticky tape on the bottom. So this is supposed to be, you know, spread out in a single layer, not doubled up. with the sticky side down, and what happened was it must be the finish on my wheels or whatever, but you know, half of this strand came unstuck from the wheel, and then it basically folded and made contact with itself, and it was doing this number on my wheel, and I could hear it clicking and making noise. So they fixed that, and now we're finally all done, and I can show you the finished product again. Of course, it's going to look basically the same as before, only this time, as you'll notice, all 4 tires are the 285 65 20, and all 4 of them have the snowflake symbol, which is going to serve me better in the winter. It's a softer compound. So sorry the truck is filthy. Of course, I went through one mud puddle in black truck, and this is what you get. But give you an idea here what it looks like again, one more time. Again, it just barely contacts the factory mud flaps. You might be able to fit this size on stock suspension without a level, as long as you don't have factory mud flaps. Again, I got the 1.5 inch, just barely rubs on the inside of the flap, only in reverse, not pulling forward. It just like barely rubs like here. So I'm gonna make another video. Maybe I might still add 1/4 inch wheel spacers to this. As you can see, it's right about there is flush, so it's almost perfectly flush with the wheel wells. The fenders, I would like it to stick out just a tiny bit more, just a little bit more stance. I know a 1/4 inch isn't that much, but a 1/4 inch per side, 1/2 inch. And I don't have fender flares or nothing, so I don't want them sticking out too ridiculously far. I don't want rock chips or anything. But once I get the spacers put on, if I go that route, or if I decide not to run the spacers, either way, I'll probably post a follow-up video here showing you how I'm going to trim my mud flaps, if that's something that you need to achieve in order to fit this size tire or similar. So, sorry for all the rambling and the fact that this had to get drug out so long, because I had to get, you know, go to the tire shop basically 3 times for the same set of tires. But hopefully you guys like the look. I think it looks much better, just a little bit more sidewall to it now. I like the look, and I haven't tried the BFG KO2's yet. I've had the ones, the KO1's on my Cummins, but I haven't tried the 2's yet, so I figured I'd give them a shot. And these are my second favorite tire next to the Wrangler Duratrack. So just a quick correction here, it actually doesn't rub. I mean, it just barely contacts. There's like, focus, there we go. There's like a millimeter clearance there. They're actually not rubbing at this moment. What it was actually rubbing on was this stupid flimsy fender here that just sticks like that. And as you can see, this part sticks way out. So what I just did is, you can heat this up and kind of mold it with like a hair dryer or a heat gun, but I just kind of lifted it up and tucked it onto the shoulder of this bolt like that. And now I have 0 rubbing right now. When I add the 1/4 inch spacers, if I do that, then I will have to trim the mud flap just a tiny bit, I have a feeling. But as it sits right now, no rub. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and check me out on Facebook at Tony the Truck Guy. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.